Welcome to the 10-Minute Mogul podcast. I'm Adam Zucker alongside my incredible wife.
I'm Randi Zucker, and we're here to revolutionize your real estate investing journey.
We built our success from the ground up. Through determination, courage, massive action, we created a portfolio of motels, multifamily properties, and renovated over 100 homes.
We understand the challenges other investors face and know firsthand how tough it can be to pivot in the real estate game and reach that next level. That's why we developed a powerful method to help you prioritize your time, maximize your life, and build legacy wealth.
Let's spend 10 minutes together to change your life.
I am joined by Shante Randolph, who I'm so excited to have on because she's like the quintessential mogul coming to us while driving to the airport. She's like, I'm going to be hopping on trains and planes, but that's what it's about when you own your own line of hair care and beauty products and you have your own logistics company. So Shante, thank you for taking 10 minutes out of your day to be on our podcast and to help our audiences out.
Thank you so much, Randy, for having me and considering me. It's always an honor to be amongst you in conversation.
Yeah, so I would love for you to first just introduce yourself to everyone.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. To introduce myself, my name is, and I'm sorry about the background, I'm just in traffic. My name is Shante Randolph, and I'm always so embarrassed because I don't never know how to introduce myself. I just would like to say that I am the master of transformation, and I have learned that I am a master of basically my thoughts. And whatever I think, I know that I can bring it into reality. And once I've mastered that, I mean, I can beat the world. So I'm really, I have several businesses. Of course, life hits us at different times, but I'm always focused and an overcomer of all obstacles. And I believe I can do anything. So that's just a little bit about me. Is that enough, Randy?
I mean, yeah, your life is so big, so it's hard to describe. But so, like, what's a typical day for you?
Oh, man, me and my daughter, we just had this conversation today. Typical day is really busy every day. And if I'm not busy, I'm not happy. A busy life to me is getting things done. And so like today, you heard me earlier when I was on the phone booking flights. I'm leaving Atlanta and I'm headed to go do some work, and I'm probably going to be busy every day. So every day is really busy, and I focus on making as much money as I can so that I can be up there one day with Benzo. Watch out, Benzo. I'm coming for you, buddy. Yeah, I call him Benzo, but I'm kind of making fun of him, but Bezos, yeah.
So, like, what is like some of the complex tasks in your business that you break down into smaller tasks? You're handling very complicated situations, like in the logistics industry. I can imagine you're trying to get huge cargo from place A to place B. And so what are some of the complex tasks in your business that you've successfully broken down, and what was the process like for you to really break that down?
Well, in order to break anything down, first, Randy, I always believe a man should have a plan. So being in logistics, you have to understand the history of logistics, how it works. So with anything in any business, you have to understand your business. You have to understand the responsibilities of the business, the role of the business, and how you play the part and what part and how to delegate. That was the hardest part for me in business, is learning how to delegate, because when I free up some of my time, it allows me to do other things and allows me to grow and scale. And so, but let's take logistics for an example. Right now I own Randolph Elite Fleet Carriers, and the hardest thing about growing your business in trucking is getting a reliable driver that's accountable, that's honest, that will work with integrity, that will work hard, that'll be steady and stable. That's the hardest thing. Why? Because most people don't have morals and values anymore. They don't live by a standard. And so if you can get you a good, hard worker that lives by a standard, that'll work like you, then you're on your way, And so that's been the hardest part about my business and growing it. But I'm still staying focused. I'm, if I can't find one way, I'll find another way. And I let nothing stop me. So
yeah, so that, so you own a fleet. So like to compare that to real estate, like you have like a real estate portfolio in a sense. You own a company and you have people underneath you and you're handling different logistics, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
It's kind of the same philosophy with real estate. Like you can't just start buying 10 houses at a time or buy a building unless you bought one, like
one
a condo, you did that house, you did every single step in the process, from even like I've like literally destroyed my nails taking paint off floors and using, like I've done every step of the process in remodeling and flipping and buying, selling before I even thought to buy a multifamily or so it's similar to before starting the fleet. And in order to delegate, you need to know every single step of business. You're also really big on having a business plan. So like
really huge.
Yeah.
Because here's my favorite saying, and you know it too. A man without a man without a plan will never be able to keep money in his hand. Why? Because it has no direction. And so as a business owner or entrepreneur, if your goal is to become a billionaire, it requires you to have sound business strategies. It also requires resilience. It also requires tenacity, creativity. It requires unwavering commitment. When you're wanting to be a billionaire, you have to be married to your dreams. You have to be focused. You have to be, driven, self-driven, because sometimes others won't motivate you. And you can't depend on others to motivate you or help you in that manner. So you have to have a business plan. You have to have it step by step and have it strategized out. And so, my advice when people are having a business or they're trying to get into wealth or real estate is to first make sure that your home life is sound, right? It is really true that if you do not have a solid, sound, steady, stable personal life, it will affect your business. It will affect your money. It will affect everything. And your business is doomed and your future is doomed. So you have to make sure that the people in your life and in your home life is steady.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but outside of the home life, it's also essential to approach scaling your business with a combination of ambition and practicality, while staying mindful of the market of whatever you're doing. You have to know your numbers and the trends. If you do not know your numbers and the trends, it's just being aware and knowing what your business. Let me give you an example. Everybody during COVID wanted to jump in the trucking industry. They took all of their savings. They jumped in the trucking industry. They didn't know the rules, the regulations. They didn't know the law. And I always have this one saying, if you don't know the rules, you'll lose. It's kind of like Monopoly. If you don't know the rules to the game, you will lose. So you have to understand the rules and the regulations and put in groundwork. Billionaires who are billionaires today put in groundwork with their hard-earned hands, and they put a lot of time in. And when you put that time in and you master and understand your business yourself, then you can delegate. But you can't be the CEO until you first are the worker. You have to understand your business.
5,000% agree. You need to be able to go through every single step, even if it's something that like makes you cringe and not your core competency. You need to at least go through the motions so then you can itemize every single to do that is required for your business. We call it standard operating guides. So like we try to like every step that's required in our business, and then we delegate out specific tasks that we don't want to do.
Exactly.
Like, so what are the non-core tasks that you've outsourced, and how has this helped you grow your business?
Well, for sure that I've outsourced that website development. I can't, I just don't have the time. That's how we met. I needed a honest website developer. That saved me so much time and money, you helping me in that area. But other areas, is just basically making sure that I utilize technology and automation. That right now is what's making people wealthy. Automation, technology. And if you don't understand technology, boy, you're going to be losing. You got to your mind thinking about technology in the future. You know, that's the way right now. Artificial intelligence is taking over. And if you're not familiar with all of the artificial intelligent apps or systems, then you're getting behind. You're losing in time. You have to be a forward thinker and get your mind on that. Also, another thing is networking and building great relationships.